with me. God, creator of all there is, remind us of our dependence on you and on each other. Teach us compassion for the earth, and give us the resolve to love your creation as much as you do. Let us hear with our hearts, and let me speak from my soul. Amen. Tomorrow is Earth Day again. The first Earth Day was held just 2 months before I graduated from high school. And so I've been an adult throughout the entire history of Earth Day, watched it as it grew. Seems to me, though, sadly, that some of the initial enthusiasm has waned for many of us, just as the need for responsible care of the creation has increased exponentially. I have chosen to tell you a fable on this, the 43rd celebration of our great planet. You won't find it in any book since I just wrote it this past week. But it is a fable nonetheless, and could have been told from generation to generation of caring, compassionate individuals throughout time. Now, a fable means that not all of it is explainable by our rational minds. So just for the next 15 minutes or so, suspend that skeptical part of your brain and listen with your heart instead. This fable could be Christian or Taoist or Native American or pertain to no tradition at all. For the earth is quickly losing her ability to survive for all of us at exactly the same time. Now, there was once a magical place where stars, planets, the sun and wind could all go to communicate and have chats. Once there was a meeting called by Earth. Earth knew that things were going wrong all over her lands and seas, and called sun and moon to come for a summit. Wind, not wanting to be left behind, came along too, and Rain hopped on the back of Wind so he could come as well. Earth began the meeting with her opening statement. I am Earth. I am giver and receiver. I am healer and recreator. I am lover and protector. I am hope and love. And I am very, very frightened. My people, those who live and play and fight and love all over my great planet, are going to die. They might not die today, but they will die. And they will die at their own hands. They no longer love me, and they no longer love each other. They only love themselves and want what is best and greatest and most costly for themselves, and care nothing about the rest, who simply don't count. Sun replies, Mother Earth, I call you Mother because you have birthed an entire planet. Mother Earth, tell us more of what ails this wonderful planet of yours. We want to help. But we must first understand what you have traveled this great distance to tell us. Speak, Mother Earth. We only want to hear and comfort your pain. Mother Earth speaks again. You see, it began innocently enough. My earth people went about their own ways, tilling the earth, killing only the animals they needed to eat, and fishing the seas for food. And then, my people began to invent tools. These tools allowed them to travel far from their places of birth. Immediately, they began to see lands that they thought to be better than theirs. They began to make claims on the neighboring lands and resources. And then, the fights broke out. At first, they were small and pretty well contained. A few people were killed, but most of the time they were able to farther they traveled, the more they saw. Before long, people were fighting people from all over, trying to get control over as much of my precious fields and forests as they could. They began to use the resources that they found on others' land to create energy. Less and less did they depend on the roaring power of rivers or even the wild might of wind. Nothing could satisfy them. On it went for generations and generations. Rain here can tell you what happened to her sweet waters. Rain spoke up. The awful chemicals of these energy plants polluting my water make it unsafe to drink or even bathe in. Not content with what nature would give them, they used fertilizers which seeped into every aspect of the land, eventually ending up in my raindrops waiting in the clouds. We call it pollution, and this is how it spread until there was little land left pure, and animals, birds, and fish began to die off faster than we could keep up with. Now we have lists that we watch, species on the verge of extinction. Every once in a while, someone will step up and try to save a particular bird or fish, but mostly the list gets shorter and shorter as the list of already extinct species continues to grow. You tell them when what you were telling me just the other day. Wind shakes off the howls of a hurricane in progress and says, I travel the earth over. And all over I see signs that earth here is in big trouble. You should see the hillsides and mountaintops where strip mining has claimed the incredible beauty these lands once held. It breaks my heart that my gentle breezes now drift across forests who have no trees to enjoy me because they've been cut down for housing or shopping centers. And my farmer friends struggle to make ends meet. So many of them are giving up and selling out to the devious corporations who care nothing for the land as long as it produces what they need to sell. Sometimes I pull myself back up into the clouds and just weep. Moon interjects, and as I watch the tides of Mother Earth's great oceans, I see less and less beach for the tide to play upon. So much development. Who needs all those houses and hotels? Why, the other night I was looking for a quiet place to shine my gentle beams across the vast expanse of beach and had to travel for miles to find one. The oceans themselves no longer reflect my being with purity and brightness. Trash and oil spills destroy the fragile borders between water and land, and my beings are mired down in the filth. Sun sighs and says, it is time to consult the Great Spirit, the one who created us all. Great Spirit, we call on you to come and speak with us. Our hearts are heavy, and only you can help our precious earth now. We know you made her and loved her. Come now and save her. Great Spirit is suddenly there in the midst of them. You can't really see Great Spirit, but you always know when you are in the presence. My Creator's heart weeps too, Great Spirit began. I placed earth so gently in motion and watched as paradise unfolded. You are right, Earth. Once my people had the means to see other lands, jealousy and envy took over. My people now want more than they need, and we must work together to help them understand the damage they are doing to their home. Great Spirit continued, I will call special ones among my people who will be my hands, and I will wrap my hands around them, bestowing all the power they need to heal their home. They will be my people, and I will protect their land. Earth said, thank you, Great Spirit. I now have hope. Hope that it is not too late. Sun said, I will help by shining extra bright on the places that need my sunlight to regrow the plants and nourish the animals. And I will help the oceans to recover by regulating my tides to dissipate all the garbage that is now in the water, said Moon. Wind added, and I will be ready to blow and blow when the people begin to build windmills to harness the power I have in my gusts. Rain jumped up and said, my raindrops will help reduce the poisons in the land and replenish the forest when the people plant new trees. Great Spirit led earth, sun, moon, wind, and rain in a great song of rejoicing. Just as the psalmist said, everyone make a lot of noise joyfully. Worship the Great Spirit with gladness and sing as loudly as you can. Know that God is our God, our Creator. Therefore, everyone belongs to the tribe of our God and Great Spirit. People belong to the Great Spirit, and the Great Spirit belongs to the people. Be thankful for this and other miracles. The Great Spirit will always be here, and all the generations to come will still have the Great Spirit to protect them. There was singing and dancing, and the whole sky lit up with the energy and power generated by their joy. Earth would be saved because people would care, and it was simple enough for all to understand. Of course, we all know that fables are fables and rarely come true. May God help us all. Amen and amen.